there are guys listening who want to naturally improve testosterone production. What are the big movers? What would you suggest?
I mean, it's going to sound like a real crap answer. I don't think there is a bigger way to naturally increase testosterone than adequate sleep and reduction of cortisol. I think hypercortisolemia, stress, probably has the greatest negative impact behaviorally on the endogenous production of testosterone, probably through the pituitary gonadal axis. And, how much can it move the needle? Probably to the tune of 300 or 400 nanograms per deciliter. So if you're not sleeping well and you're under a lot of stress, it's very easy to end up hypogonadal. And therefore, fixing that, I think, is far more beneficial than sort of the litany of supplements out there that may or may not have marginal benefit.
So
now for women, there's a different answer, but for men, I would say that that's the answer.
The hard-charging dude that's, maybe mid-20s, crushing it in the office, going to the gym, maybe partying on a weekend once or twice, bit of alcohol, whatever, becomes kind of vicious feedback loop, which is precisely why men are looking to things like TRT, because of how hard they're potentially pushing themselves during the week.
Yeah, and I think that, so to Guy, what I would say is, why do you want to replace your testosterone? So let's say he goes and gets checked out and his testosterone is 300 nanograms per deciliter, which, probably puts him at the 10th percentile for a man his age. So undoubtedly that would qualify as hypogonadism. So the question is, do you want to fix that because you don't like the number? Or is there a symptom we're trying to fix? And if the symptom is what we're trying to fix, then I would say let's fix that symptom, i.e. poor energy, poor mood, poor libido. Let's fix that symptom by fixing these other things over here. And by the way, we might also improve your testosterone. But again, like I guess I don't treat that type of patient. So maybe someone who does is listening to me and saying, well, you don't understand. And, that guy, even though he's only 24, we're never going to get him out of that spiral if we don't normalize his testosterone. And, again, that wouldn't be my approach, but I want to be mindful of talking about something I don't do for a living.
What about women?
Yeah, I think we have one more trick up our sleeve, which is DHEA. So again, doing all of the normal behavioral stuff, but it's a little harder to make the connection in women. And it's something I actually learned kind of recently, because I used to be very dismissive of DHEA because in men it has no effect whatsoever. But DHEA, of course, is what allows for adrenal production of testosterone. And the reason it has no impact on men is if you increase a guy's testosterone by 40 milligrams per deciliter, which is about what you're going to get from adrenal production if you maximize it, you don't move the needle at all. So taking a guy from 300 to 340 is doing nothing. But if you took a woman from 40 to 80...
What's a typical woman's range?
Well, it depends by age, and it also somewhat depends on where she is in her cycle. But I would say, normal for a young woman might be 60 to 100 nanograms per deciliter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if a woman is, symptomatic and she's 30 and you take her from 30 up to 70 with just the addition of oral DHEA, like that's a win.
Are there risks?
I mean, the biggest risks for women at that level are, the side effects, I would say, right? So you're looking at increased acne, maybe body hair. At that level, you're not going to get any of the other real risks that we see with TRT in women.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, clitoral enlargement, voice deepening, and all that stuff. You're not going to get that at those doses.